Welcome back, everyone. Most of us know how important it is to eat right and exercise and get plenty of sleep. But in reality, many of us are not balancing our lives well.
Must be tough for you. Here to help us with that is Dr. Renee Renardi with Lakeside Center for Behavioral Change. Good morning.
See what I have to deal with every day?
I see that.
Day in, day
tough.
out.
Very tough.
I know, I know.
So talk to us about what we can do. I mean, I know there's the reality, and then obviously there's the ideal. And I think
Right.
where I'd love
Yeah.
to start is there's a pie chart that we have. You want to sort of walk us through this and show us, okay, Chris, this is probably where most people are at.
Sure. So what I encourage, everybody at home, take out a piece of paper and a pen and draw 3 circles.
Okay.
All right. So let's start there.
Okay.
And then I want you to think about, what does my real life look like? And think about these different categories. So I give just some general examples here. So how much time do you spend at work? How much time do you spend with your family? Exercising? How much time are you on Facebook or social media?
That's a time suck.
How much time are you with friends, with your social life? Is there any artistic hobbies or things that you like? How much time do you spend on your spirituality? And just look at that. And there's, of course, multiple different areas that you could put categories. But just taking a second and writing down, what does your real life look like? So after we spend a little time on that, then we want to draw another pie chart. And this is what our ideal life looks like.
Okay.
So how would you like to spend your time? So, and then once you write down the ideal, okay, this is how much time I would spend with these different things: work, family, exercise, Facebook, social, art, spirit. And then compare the two. So to
Yeah.
take a look at that and see how different are they. If you're lucky, there isn't too much difference.
But a lot of
for
us-
a lot of people, we're not as balanced as what we would like to be with these different areas. So it's really helpful to do that. And then once we have that idea of those differences, maybe we can start to make some modifications. Another fun thing to do is to write down fantasy, all right?
Yeah.
So in a fantasy life, what would that look like? So an example here of a fantasy life, the blue area is time spent with Antonio Banderas.
Oh, there's your Maui. Look it.
I love
The
that.
red area is time in Maui, and family, and social, and spirituality. So basically with this, you're hanging out on the beach meditating with Antonio Banderas, and your family and friends are around.
Oh, that's like really great.
So this is fantasy. And fantasy is great because when we let our minds think freely like that, we can look at that and say, how can I integrate some of that in? So maybe I need a little bit of Latin, flavor in my life.
Yeah.
So maybe I take a salsa class, or maybe, I need to experience Maui a little bit more. We can't always jump on a plane and go to Maui, but what can I do that makes me feel tropical? And maybe that's
You could watch Puss in Boots.
Music.
yeah, exactly. Missing Antonio Banderas, put on Shrek and watch Puss in Boots a little bit. Dress up your cat. I
I
don't
was
know.
thinking more
So-
like music, waves crashing, music. I don't know.
And so, and maybe that's something that you do. Once you kind of use that free thinking with the fantasy, you can say, well, what do I like about that, and how can I incorporate that into my life currently?
It's as easy as that, just sitting down and, kind of mapping it out. It makes you realize what you're missing, or
Well, it's
how
not easy, but it definitely,
Yeah.
but it gives us some awareness, right? And so often we spend our lives just waiting for something good to happen. So when I graduate from college, when I retire from my job, when, I'm working less hours, when I'm doing this. So we spend so much time waiting for something good to happen. And what this does is it helps us look at those different categories and how can I put that into practice today? So, and even small steps are important. To be able to say, what can I do today that makes me feel more fulfilled? And of course, this helps with better balance in our life, better mental health and physical health, which we're going to talk a lot about. And there's so much to talk about with these,
Yeah.
these different categories, but I hope to hit on a few of the highlights anyway.
When we come back, we'll try to do that.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
we'll be right back.